you, sir. Thank you for summarizing the report, exhaustive report in such a brief time. Now I request Dr. Kharatkar sir and Dr. Kiratkar sir, organizing chairperson and secretary respectively, to honor the secretary, Dr. Jose Joseph, for the mammoth work he did in his tenure. Thank you all. Now I welcome Dr. Sukumaran sir to have a change of guard ceremony for the National PI chapter. So please take over.
Dear friends, with great pleasure and privilege, I declare that Dr. Jose has been inducted as the chairperson of Allergy and Applied Immunology Chapter of Indian Academy of Pediatrics for the next 2 years. Dr. Krishna Mohan as the Secretary General and Upin Narayana Reddy as the Secretary. Please come as the Secretary, and I wish them all the best in the years to come. Ready, please come.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Jose sir to have an acceptance speech as a chairperson for the year 2022-23.
Respected delegates on the dais and off the dais, I take this honor and privilege me to given the opportunity given to us Secretary Chairperson of Allergy and Applied Immunology Chapter for next 2 years. First of all, I take the opportunity to thank all the Allergy and Applied Immunology Chapter given me the opportunity to work as a chairperson of chapter. And in my tenure, we are planning to chart out a few of the action plan. One and prior, most important one action plan we are introducing it to improve our membership, because the last 2 years, due to some technical problem, we weren't able to increase our membership due to that that we are almost sold out, and we will have to try to increase our membership. Any organization in the membership is the backbone of things, so we have maximum try to improve our membership. Second thing is regarding the allergy chapter is concerned, we know the allergy diseases are increasing day by day, and we are planning to start our YouTube channel on allergy chapter to make a more awareness of the public regarding the allergy disorders for the parents and public. And we are want to start on the YouTube channel on the allergy chapter. And third one, already we started our every month we are planning to start a web series on the Friday between 9 to 10. And Dr. Neeraj Gupta is a national coordinator for that. And again, a third program we are planning to conduct is we have to do more of social activities regarding the awareness of the public. And we are doing planning to conduct more and more awareness program for the public in through e-media and the public platform. We had to conduct more and awareness program. With this faith, I conclude my acceptance speech and wish you. I offer that with you all together, we can do more activity on the AOP allergy chapter is concerned. Jai Hind, Jai AOP.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for accepting the post, and great to know about your initiatives, your plan. Now I want to start the ceremony of installation ceremony of PI Maharashtra chapter. I am privileged to announce that the president of this chapter will be Dr. Rajkumar Kiratkar sir, who is the organizing chairperson. I request Dr. Ramesh Kumar sir, National President CIP, to install Dr. Rajkumar Kiratkar as the president of this Maharashtra chapter.
Well, Good morning, and dear friends, and it's my congratulations to the allergy chapter for initiating a state unit at Maharashtra. And well, we have got stalwarts and very, very dedicated, passionate members who are out to take this as a very, very vibrant chapter of the Pediatric Allergy Association. So I'm most privileged and happy to install or to have the inaugural installation of the Maharashtra branch of the Pediatric Association of India, and to install Dr. Rajkumar as the founder chairperson of the Maharashtra state branch, as well as Dr. Who is secretary?
Dr. Anil Raut.
Dr. Anil Rawat as the secretary. Anil is not here.
I welcome
And
Dr.
Vikram
Anil.
Patra as the treasurer. So that's a wonderful team, and congratulations, Dr. Rajkumar and team.
I welcome all the new team members. Secretary Dr. Anil Raut, who is from our city. Treasurer Dr. Vikram Patra, he is from Navi Mumbai. And the executive board members, Dr. Suhas Kulkarni from Kolhapur, Dr. Vijay Varad from Pune, Dr. Atul Bonde from Nasik. And I request Dr. Sukumaran sir to install them as an executive board member. I also request Dr. Sheila Mathai madam to install Dr. Abhinay Darode from Dhule as an EB and Bonish Boli from.
Dear friends, with great pleasure and privilege, I have great pleasure to induct all these people as the office bearers of Maharashtra branch of
Dr. Sagar
Pediatric
from
Allergy
Ahmedabad
Association of India.
and Dr. Dipti Pujari from Pune. I congratulate all the installed members on behalf of organizing team. On behalf of organizing team of Nagpur PI conference and Nagpur AOP, we congratulate all the installed members. Thank you. Now I invite Dr. Rajkumar Kiratkar sir to give an acceptance speech for as a chairperson Maharashtra chapter.
Dr. Rajkumar Kiratkar is president of AOP Nagpur branch, very silent, hardworking, balanced personality. And I request him, he has been installed as president of PI Maharashtra branch. I request him to deliver acceptance speech.
Today's chief guest, Dr. Ramesh Kumar, President CIAP. Guest of honor, Dr. Sheila Mathai, ma'am. IAP patron, Dr. Bodhankar sir, Dr. Sukumaran sir, Dr. Jose sir, and Dr. Krishna Mohan, our own chairperson, Dr. Kalatkar sir, Minki Rugwani sir, and my secretary, Dr. Pritish, Dr. Sanjay Deshmukh, who is a central EB member. All my dear friends, my teachers, seniors, and all the delegates, a very good morning, rather good afternoon to you all. At the outset, I would like to pay homage to my teacher, my mentor, who has brought me to this allergy chapter, late Dr. Major K. Nagaraju sir. On behalf of IAP Nagpur, heartily welcomes you to this conference. The conference is deliberating on the fact that there is an explosion of allergic disorders in the children. This will require concerted and dedicated efforts from all of us to understand the pathology, plan management, and activate together for this public health measure. My founding the Maharashtra chapter is a step in this direction. The vision of Maharashtra chapter will be the vision of that central PI branch. Whatever they have envisioned, we are there to help or support or carry on their vision. But to summarize it, there is a need to move ahead from empiric management to scientifically proven therapies, cure from specific allergic disorders like immunotherapies. And for that, we have to arrange many workshops, many conferences, seminars, and like this. So this organization wishes to collaborate with medical universities, research organizations, and pediatric allergy practitioners to create better protocols, education, research, and fellowships. Meeting and deliberations of such scale is a way to go forward, and by arranging conferences, more and more pediatricians will be inclined to practice allergy management. I, Dr. Rajkumar Kiratkar, humbly accept to be the president of Maharashtra branch of Pediatric Allergy and Applied Immunology chapter. I seek blessings from each one of you. Before concluding, Dr. Kalatkar sir has thanked each and everyone, barring two departments, which are mine. First, my home department, headed by my wife, Dr. Dipti, who has continuously unconditional support and love. Because of her, I'm standing here. And the other, my department of pediatrics, my dear colleague friend, Dr. Kuldeep Sukhdave, my sir, senior, Dr. Deepak Goyal sir, Dr. Priyanka, and whole department, my pediatric department at Kingsway. Because of them, I am standing here. Otherwise, I would have been roaming here and there attending the calls. They have relieved me from my duties, and that's why I am here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Jai IIP, Jai Maharashtra. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we know what to look forward to. Thank you, Dr. Kiratkar. May I call upon CEO Kingsway Hospital, Dr. Ashish Chandra, to say a few words now? Okay, he'll be. Okay. Dr. Vinky Rughwani is versatile personality. He's well-experienced doctor, great social worker, and he has free thalassemia medical center. He's vice president of MMC. I request him to say a few words.
The dignitaries, I can say stalwarts sitting on the dais, Dr. Ramesh Kumar, Dr. Sukumaran, Dr. Uday Bodankar sir, Dr. Vasanta, Madam Sheila, Rajkumar ji, Dr. Sanjay Deshmukh, Pritesh, and all those who are sitting in front of us. I think wonderful conference organized by a very great association, an organization, and the good ambience which has been seen here in the Kingsway Hall. When I just came, because this, I think, second or third conference which I am witnessing, which has been organized over here. What a wonderful place. Today, as we all saw, that this Dr. Kiratkar has been installed as president of the Maharashtra chapter. So I heartily congratulate you, Dr. Kiratkar, for this great job and responsibility that you have been bestowed upon. Of course, yesterday was a workshop which was quite good. Everybody who could learn from that. We have got ample of conference topics and academics which is going to follow. I congratulate once again the organizers and all the delegates who have been here to attend such a very useful and wonderful conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for that kind word of wisdom. Now I want to honor Dr. Vinky Rugwani, sir, and I request Dr. Vasant Khadkar, sir, and Kiratkar, sir, to felicitate him with the memento. Thank you all.
Thank you. Dr. Sanjay Deshmukh, Executive Board Member of Centre IP, Secretary of Respiratory Chapter Maharashtra, and Executive Board Member of COMAD UK. He's cool, capable, and very helpful. I request him to grace this occasion, please.
Thank you for so nice words. Respected all the dignitaries on the dais, my dear President Dr. Ramesh Kumar sir, my co-EB, I'm very fortunate, our chief guest of honor, Dr. Shaila Mathe ma'am, our dear patron Uday sir, the organizing chairperson secretary, Dr. Kiratkar sir, Dr. Khadkar sir, all the esteemed PAI's president secretary, and our secretary, Dr. Pritesh Khatwar. Friends, as a CIP executive board member, we are very happy to welcome all this galaxy of faculties from all over the India to update on the allergy. And this topic is very near to us and most neglected topic, which I consider. Now time has come, and I hope within next 5 to 10 years, this will be the area where all pediatricians will be after. Everybody has to start the allergy clinic because the time has changed now, and we have to sensitize our pediatricians to discuss and how to manage allergic problems in pediatric. So I'm thankful to Central IIP, and I'm thankful to the PAI for giving this conference to Nagpur, to Tier City. I know it's very difficult task for our team to arrange this. Due to the COVID scenario, we have to postpone twice. So hats off to my team, Dr. Khadkar sir, Rajkumar sir, and all IIP members making efforts to make it successful. And I wish all the best to the PAI members from IIP Nagpur. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those kind words. Now I request Dr. Ramesh Kumar, sir, President CIP, and Dr. Sukumar, sir, President PAI, to honor Dr. Sanjay Deshmukh, sir, as an executive board member from Nagpur.
Thank you so much. We feel blessed to have our patron, Dr. Uday Bodhankar sir, with us. It's because of his vision that AOP Nagpur branch has attained great heights at the national and international level. Dr. Uday Bodhankar sir is patron of Nagpur AOP branch. He's youngest president ever produced by CIP. And he's executive director of COMAD.
Thank you, madam.
So I request you, sir, to address this.
Thank you,
august gathering.
madam. Our respected chief guest, National President of IP, my friend, my brother, Dr. Ramesh Kumar sir, Surgeon Vice Admiral. Am I correct, madam? The only medical professional lady in India having second position highest in the Defense Ministry, Dr. Sheila Mathai. She is a pediatrician, Director General, and Surgeon Vice Admiral. Am I correct, madam? She has got the highest award from President of India, that is NM, and Vishisha Seva Medal at the hands of Prime Minister. I'm really privileged to have you, madam, both of you. I will not take much time because she has to leave early. Dr. Vasant Khadkar, the backbone behind him, give a big hand to him. Dr. Kiratkar, the state president, my friend, my brother Sukumaran sir, Jose sir, Vinky Rugwani, of course you come to our rescue for giving credit mark, and Dr. Sanjay Deshmukh, Dr. Krishnan, Dr. Pritesh, and almost all the respected. I will not take much time because she has to go early. So only thing, I'm really grateful to the main body for giving Nagpur as the center for having PED allergy in 2022 because it was going on since last 2 to 3 years. My humble submission to you that if you find any of the deficiencies, it is because of me, and if you find it all good, so give big cloud to Vasant Khadkar and Kiratkar. Now, as you know, behind every successful man, there is a woman. So I will request both Dr. Mrs. Khatkar, Madam, please come on the stage. Dr. Mrs. Kiratkar, please come on the stage. I will request Madam Mathai and Ramesh Kumar to felicitate both of them, because as Kiratkar Raja said, I am here only because of Mrs. Kiratkar, and Vasan knows, I know Pragati has been always, please come on the stage. I will request, give a big round of applause. Also, I will request you to give standing ovation to patient IAP Ramesh Kumar and Sheila Mathai, the second highest lady in the. Please give a standing ovation, big round of applause, please, madam. Yeah. So I will request Sheila Mathai, please, to give bouquet to, yes, madam, please, Pragati. Yeah, give a big round of applause. Yeah. Man behind you. Yeah, and Raja tuka magera, Bakoja magera. Yeah. So I think this is what is our family of Nagpur IIP. We are all, they are all staying. Madam, thank you very much, both of you. I'm really honored that you both came and you stand behind both of them. And you have to bear this for another 2 years. You and Vasan, Pragati. Yeah, yeah, thank you, thank you. We cannot photograph with no. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, please. So the only thing, that's why I will not take much time. Thank you all delegate, all respected people in the audience, Dr. Manish Jain, Dr. Arif sir, Dr. Parmesh sir, Dr. Shah, Dr. Parekh, almost all of them. We like to honor all of them, but because of paucity of time, I will leave that to Dr. Vasan Khatkar to do at that time. Thank you, Jai IP, Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for those kind words. And this is the word of wisdom and a true leader. And now I request Dr. Ramesh Kumar sir and Dr. Sheila Mathai madam, Sukumaran sir to felicitate Dr. Bodhankar sir with a memento. I request Dr. Parmesh sir to join the podium.
Parmesh sir, please. He is our big brother.
He need no introduction. He is the backbone of PI and working effortlessly since last so many decades. Now, I request Dr. Ramesh Kumar sir and Dr. Sukumaran sir to felicitate Dr. Parmesh sir with a shawl, shriffle and memento. As truly said, he is a backbone of PI and a patron figure there. On behalf of AOP Nagpur and organizing team, we felicitate and acknowledge your presence, sir. I want to now we'll have a book release of book by Dr. Ramesh Kumar sir and Dr. Sukumaran sir. This is a book which is on the recent advances of pediatric asthma. The chief editor is Dr. Sukumaran sir. It gives an insight into the subject from small to depth. I request all the dignitaries to release this book. I hope this book will be helpful for the practicing pediatrician and postgraduates for bringing insight into the subject of asthma. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. We feel privileged and honored by the gracious presence of most respected Professor Sheila Mathai, who has been bestowed with second highest rank in Naval Army, Department of Defense Ministry, Government of India, probably first medical professional to occupy the highest position.
It's a great honor for me to release this, participate in this program and releasing the book on recent advances in pediatric asthma by Professor Sukumaran. Has done a wonderful job. I just gone through it briefly. And congratulations. I wish all the best. And it's a very helpful guide for all of us. Thank you very much.
We acknowledge the grand gracious presence of Dr. Abhay Shah sir from Ahmedabad, Dr. Rogesh Parikh sir from Surat, and Dr. Arif Ahmed from Hyderabad. And I request Dr. Vasant Khadkar sir, organizing chairperson, to give them a floral bouquet. Thank you, sir. Thanks for honoring the session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So Dr. Sheila Mathai, very inspiring lady doctor, retired surgeon, rear admiral. We feel privileged and honored to have you, ma'am. She has been bestowed with the second highest rank in Navy Army Department of Defense Ministry, Government of India, probably first medical professional to occupy the highest position in Defense Ministry. She is recipient of NM Nausena Medal, VSM Vishishta Seva Mandal. She says, we are not men or women, we are all warriors. She advises, work with both your head and heart. It gives the best results. Friends, let's listen to this multifaceted personality, Dr. Sheila Mathai.
We are privileged to have you, madam, here as a guest of honor.
Dr. Bodhankar, Dr. Ramesh, all the senior dignitaries on the dais, senior IAP members, Dr. Parmesh, Dr. All the other senior people, senior faculty members, and dear delegates. I'm so sorry, but I have a plane to catch, and I didn't realize that it would take so long. So I will cut down my speech today. And I was told by Dr. Bodhankar when I was invited as the guest of honor that speak on something that you have experienced in the armed forces. You know, as the chairperson introduced, I am just the fourth woman in the history of the armed forces to achieve the 3-star rank. So I am in the Navy and I'm a surgeon vice admiral. But thank you. But what the interesting thing is that the third person was also a pediatrician, as you know, Lieutenant General Madhuri Kanetkar. So after that, when I also put on the third star, people started asking us, is it something to do with pediatrics? Because it is so rare, firstly, to see women becoming 3-star generals and admirals, and then 2 people who are from the same specialty. And I think that is an honor to IAP. And I must say and acknowledge that I am proud to be a member of IAP for so many years. I'm very much a part of all of you. I'm very much Dr. Sheila Mathai, and I'm so grateful to be a pediatrician because I think pediatrics teaches us much more than just the care of small children. It teaches us various things in life. It teaches us to face challenges, face different types of people. And I think all that has helped to make me the kind of person that I am. I have served in the armed forces for almost 38 years. I'm due to retire soon. And I thought when I was going to talk to you that I should, share some of the qualities that I have imbibed from this wonderful service. Whatever I am today, I passed out from the Armed Forces Medical College, then did my specialty, my super specialty, and in neonatology. And whatever I am today is because of the armed forces. I'm extremely grateful. My husband is also from the same service, But I thought I will talk about those qualities which are difficult to imbibe, but the armed forces instills it into you. The first, and I thought I will put this as the acronym FORCES, FORCES. And F is for the fighting spirit. You should never give up. And that is the ethos of the armed forces. If we give up, I mean, we're never going to win any war. We may lose a battle, but we should never give up because we'll finally win the war. And I remember one of the most difficult times in my life was when I was doing my DM in Sion Hospital in Mumbai and looking after my 6-year-old child while my husband was doing his neurosurgery in AIMS in Delhi. And I had all the responsibility of domestic responsibility as well as the responsibility of being a senior resident doing DM. And I had, for my colleagues, 4 young people who were much younger than me because I had to serve for so many years in the armed forces before being allowed to go for super specialty, who were all bachelors, all staying on campus, and I had to compete with them. And I remember thinking, it's too difficult. I should just give up. Why am I doing this? I'm sitting in the buses and trains of Mumbai and trying to read my neonatology so that I can go and visit my child once a week. But somehow or the other, that fighting spirit told me that don't give up. This will also pass. This too shall pass. And I did pass and also topped the university. And I feel that sometimes, you have to just keep trying. This is all for the young people in the audience, that never give up, always have a fighting spirit. And the next after the F is O, and that is optimism. Without optimism, you can do nothing. It is one of the best qualities that you can have. I'm optimistic today that I will catch that flight, believe me. And it is more than hope. Hope is something which you feel that, okay, I hope something good will happen. Optimism is when you hope and you exude that feeling of hope and positivity to the people around you. And the people who have shown me what optimism is actually the mothers of the babies in the NICU. We have always found that those mothers who are optimistic, those babies do better. And sometimes they instill their optimism into us when things are so bad. When you ask the mother, she says, "Ye theek ho jayega." And that feeling of hope and optimism that she has in her eyes and she exudes makes us, more and more enthusiastic to help and save that baby. And I feel that optimism is something that we should spread very happily. Today, we are very scared about spreading anything because, with COVID on our heads, but optimism is something that we must spread and always have in our lives. If you have to choose between optimism and realism, always choose optimism. It will hold you good in life. After the F and the O comes R, and R is resilience. And resilience is that characteristic to rise up even when things are down. It is the quality of a red rubber ball. If you throw it down, the harder you throw it, the higher it will bounce. So life is full of failures and successes. There is nobody. If I'm standing here today as a 3-star general, it doesn't mean that I've not had failures. If you are down, it doesn't mean you will not have successes. I remember when I was commanding the hospital, there was this young naval officer. He was not a medical officer. He was a permanent commissioned officer and who had had a terrible injury on board ship. His entire leg was so badly mauled that we thought we'd have to amputate it. And I remember he was so devastated. He was so depressed initially. He wouldn't talk to anybody, wouldn't eat. And slowly, he started realizing that he has to live with this condition. And he started pulling himself out of that, doing hours of physiotherapy, willing himself to get well. And finally, we lost touch. And about 2 years later, this young officer walked into my office in uniform and gave me a smart salute. I was so happy to see him. Not only had he recovered enough to stay on in service, but he was managing to do his work, which was obviously different from what he was doing before, but quite effectively. He had come to give me his wedding invitation. That was a lesson in resilience. He had, from that lowest point, he had managed to pull himself out and still do something in his life. The next quality that I have imbibed is C, that is confidence. And when I say confidence, I mean that you have to exude confidence. If you are confident, people will have confidence in you. It is no use being competent without being confident. Because especially as a woman in the armed forces, when we are so few, if you don't exude confidence, people will feel that you can't do something, even if you are more than capable of doing it. So I had the opportunity to command the biggest hospital in the Indian Navy about 2 years ago. I never knew that COVID would descend on us at that time. 850 bedded multi-speciality hospital. I was only the second woman to be commanding it. The last woman commanded it 15 years ago. And you can imagine all the top commanders are all men. And when this happened, I could understand that they were a little worried. 1,750 men, sailors and officers and nursing officers all under me. And there is nothing written as to how to handle the situation of COVID, particularly during the first wave, when you didn't even have people, you didn't have supplies, you didn't have staff. And I remember once when the Chief of Naval Staff rang me up and asked me, how are you managing? And I told him, everything is under control. I could feel the relief in his voice that I had confidence in what I could do. And we did very well. We got 32 awards, including, as already mentioned, the Nausena medal, which I was given. So confidence is something that we must have in ourselves. The next is the E, FORCE. E is excellence. The armed forces has taught me that whatever you do, you have to do excellently. Because only if you do it excellently, you will get a shabashi. Nothing short of excellence goes in the armed forces. So I have always tried to imbibe that in my work and in teaching it to my students when I'm professor of pediatrics at AFMC. And I'm so happy that, pediatrics actually encourages excellence. I've seen most pediatricians are excellent in whatever they do. Look at this excellent conference that has been organized. Everything is always striving to do the best, striving to do better than you can. And I think that is very important. And the last, I will not take any more time. I will just finish with the last quality, which I would like to share, especially for my younger colleagues here, which I have learned from the armed forces. The S quality is selflessness, service before self. That is the motto of the armed forces. When I joined the armed forces, I only joined with this feeling that I'm doing something worthwhile. What am I doing? I'm supporting those people. There were only men then, even now, they're mainly men. We have not started taking women in our fighting forces. That man who is there in the border at, Siachen, or then later Galwan, or that sailor who's sailing that ship on the high seas when the sea state is 4 and 5, or that air warrior who's flying those fighter jets. Every time they do this, they put their life at risk. And they're doing it for the country, selflessly, service before self. And I used to feel so proud and privileged to be able to give them that confidence that if anything happened to their families, they would get the best possible medical treatment in our hospitals. I think that was what motivated me for so many years in the armed forces. And I think that should motivate all of us. Selflessness and service before self will always give you happiness, much more than material gains, money or fame or name or anything. And with these few words, I would like to say that the armed forces has taught me so much. I'm most grateful to it, but I'm equally grateful to my whole pediatric fraternity. Firstly, for making me a wonderful human being, besides being a pediatrician, and also giving me this honor today to be able to come here and talk to you. Thank you so much. I wish the organizers all the very best in the conference. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You are really, really very inspiring, and will definitely remember your algorithm forces in our day-to-day life. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for word of wisdom. Wisdom comes with intelligence and experience, and that was reflected in your talk. I hope all of us will practice this force technique and to bring best of us. Now I request National President, CIP, Dr. Ramesh Kumar sir, Dr. Bodhankar sir, Dr. Vasant Kharatkar sir, and Dr. Kiratkar sir to honor Dr. Sheila Mathe sir, Mathe ma'am, with a shawl, shriffle, and memento. Big round of applause for madam.
Thank you. Dr. Ramesh Kumar R, President of most prestigious office in India, Central IIP. Considering COVID pandemic and fear in people's mind, he advises all of us that it is our duty to contribute our best efforts to face the challenges ahead. He reminds all that early childhood is foundational stage in life. Here, we pediatricians play a very important role. According to him, we can progress only when we develop open mind and eager enthusiasm to learn and grow. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our proud privilege to listen to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Ramesh Kumar R.
Chairperson of the chapter, President of the meeting, Dr. T.O. Sukumaran, Chairperson, the President of Nagpur IAP branch, as well as the President of the newly installed Maharashtra unit of the Pediatric Association of Allergy, Dr. Rajkumar, most beloved past National President of Indian Academy of Pediatrics, the Doyen of Pediatrics, and the most vibrant President in the group, I believe, Dr. Budhe Bodankar. Guest of honor, ma'am, you have given us a very inspiring thoughts right now. And I believe you are the girls in the back or the young guys in the back were really inspired by your words of wisdom. Never get lost, and all the words of inspiration, how you stand up without gender neutrality, how you just proceed with your hard tiring times, but everything becomes a good time ahead. So that's, you have given a great message, and thank you so much. And the organizing chairperson of the meeting, the man who made Nagpur a conference hub, I believe, Dr. Hasan Kalakar, and the secretary of the chapter, my best friend, Dr. Joso, treasurer, Dr. Krishna Mohan. From the NMC, we have Dr. Vingi. Thank you, sir, for being with us today. And my friend and colleague in the executive board, Dr. Sanjay Deshmukh, Dr. Nitish, and all that the EB stalwarts who have been sponges being spread out everywhere. So we would love to come back to Nagpur time and again. And Dr. Bodhankar sir is there inviting us through the social media every time, keeping people live, thinking about Nagpur every day and every time, and thinking about all the IAP activities time and again. So once again, my congratulations to Team Nagpur for making it happen, and all the stalwarts in allergy chapter, especially Sukumaran sir, Paramesh sir, and Dr. Jose, Dr. Krishna Mohan, and at this time, I take a moment for Dr. Major Dankaraju, who has been doing wholeheartedly, dedicating his life for IAP, the allergy chapter, especially immunotherapy. That's some we feel where he has taken to a different level. And I believe his disciples are very much here, Vikram and Deepthi, and very much others are here who are, Nafil is there. They are going to take it, the messages and the passion and the mission of Dr. Nagaraju forward through the allergy chapter. So my best wishes to the allergy chapter for the way ahead. And I wish Dr. Jose, the newly installed team of Dr. Jose, President, Chairperson Dr. Jose, Krishna Mohan, the Secretary, and Dr. Narayana Reddy, the Treasurer, and all the team, and Maharashtra unit also, to be a most effective function in a most effective manner in their domain, and take allergy, the issues of allergy, the allergy as a disorder, as a behavior, how to convince the parents and the domain of allergy in a better, and equip our members in a better fashion and better modality for the years to come. Thank you very much, Nagpur, for hosting this conference, and thanks very much, Allergy Chapter, and thanks very much, all my dear friends, for being with us all through the function. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for word of appreciation and constant encouragement. Under your leadership, I don't have any doubt that IAP will reach to a newer heights, and your presidential action plan speaks about it. We acknowledge your presence as being a vibrant CIP president, and I request Dr. Karatkar sir, Dr. Bodhankar sir, and Dr. Kiratkar sir to felicitate you with the shawl, shrifle, and memento. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Now I request our sincere, hardworking Secretary AOP, Dr. Pritish Khatwar, to propose formal vote of thanks.
Before vote of thanks, I request Ramesh sir to felicitate our Master of Ceremony, Dr. Smita Desai ma'am, and Dr. Vinit Wankade sir. Good afternoon all. I feel honored and privileged to propose the vote of thanks today. The most awaited event of this year, prestigious 10th annual National Conference of Pediatric Allergy and Applied Immunology Chapter of Indian Academy of Pediatrics, PED ALLERCON 2022 has just started. I hope we all will cherish each and every moment and will enjoy the delightful academic phase to the fullest extent. At the outset, I wish to express my gratitude to our chief guest, respected Dr. Ramesh Kumar sir, National IAP President 2022, for accepting our invitation and for being here with us. Sir, your thought have truly inspired us. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to our guest of honor, respected Surgeon Vice Admiral Dr. Sheila Mathai ma'am, for accepting our invitation, and she has taken her time out from her busy schedule and for gracing us in the conference. I am thankful to our patron, respected Uday Bodhankar sir, for his blessings and good wishes, and he is always the constant source of support to AOP Nagpur. I express my profound thanks and gratitude to Dr. Sanjay Deshmukh, Central IAP EB member, Dr. Ashish Chandra, CEO Kingsway Hospital, Dr. Vinki Rubani sir, MMC Vice President, for gracing us with their dignified presence and their word of wisdom. I would like to express sincere thanks to the organizing team comprising of Dr. Sukumaran sir, Chairperson PI, Dr. Jose Joseph, Secretary PI, Dr. Krishna Mohan sir, Secretary PI, Dr. Parmesh sir, Patron PI, Dr. Vasant Khadkar sir, as a Chief Organizing Chairperson PED ALLERCON, Dr. Rajkumar Kiratkar sir, as a Chief Organizing Secretary PED ALLERCON, Dr. Jayant Upadhyay as a Convener, Dr. Kuldeep Sukhdeve sir, as a Scientific Chairperson, Dr. Anil Raut, Dr. Mohibag, Dr. Milind Mandlik, Dr. Ravi Balunde as a Organizing Chairperson PED ALLERCON, Dr. Anju Kadu, Dr. Avinash Gawande, Dr. Kush Junjunwala, Dr. Mustafa Ali as an Organizing Secretary for their valuable time and efforts in ensuring success of this conference. I extend my sincere thanks to all the respected esteemed faculties, chairpersons, MOC, Dr. Smita Desai, Dr. Vinit Wankade sir, and hall and session in charges, and all the honorable members of their respective committees for the valuable support for this conference. I would also like to thank Dr. Vinod Gandhi sir and Dr. Praveen Lad sir, who are the MMC observer for the conference and workshop respectively. And we have 6 points, 2 for workshop and 4 for the conference. Above all, I would also like to thank all the delegates who has come with their valuable presence and their enthusiasm. I recognize the contribution of members of AOP Nagpur for their encouragement and being there as a strength of Academy of Pediatrics, Nagpur. I express my sincere thanks to the whole team of Kingsway Hospital and their management for their valuable support for this conference. The last, I thank event manager, Mr. Prakash and his team for their timely support and being instrumental in arranging all these conferences. Sincere apologies if I unintentionally missed anyone. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Pritish.
And thank you so much to the all small lovely kids here who are there for gracing, for felicitating us.
Yeah. So
Yes, a small announcement. After this, we'll have a lunch, and after that, we'll have an oration just after 20 minutes. We'll have a national anthem now.
Thank you, Pritish. With this, we are coming to the end of the ceremony. Now I invite Snehesh, Mohit, Tanush, Madiha, Araina, Himanshu, Arav, and Arush. These are the kids I have introduced in morning. These are the kids who underwent cochlear implant, and these are the patients been successfully treated with the cochlear implant. So I request everyone to stand for the national anthem. Thank you.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चय जय तरंगा तब शुभ नाम जागे शुभ आशीष मागे जय तब श्री गाथा जय गण मन नायक जय है भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 भारत माता की जय.
Thank you.
भैया के पास जो आपका दवाई लाना उनके पास हाँ